Let's begin with the story of Adam and Eve, narrated in the first chapters of the book of Genesis. It tells the beginnings of humanity and how our relationship with God emerged. According to this account, in Genesis chapter 2 verse 7, God created man from the earth and gave life to his form and his nose. Then God placed him in a garden called Eden, full of trees and fruits, where he was allowed to enjoy absolutely everything, except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, warning him that if he ate from it, he would die. To ensure Adam was not alone, God created Eve, the first woman, from Adam's rib while he slept. Together they lived in harmony, without shame, as they were naked, but felt no disgrace. As we can see in the beginning, Adam and Eve lived in perfect communion with God in the Garden of Eden. This state represents the highest point of the spiritual bell, where everything was harmonious and full of life. There was no sin or separation between them and God. They enjoyed life without suffering, working in the garden with purpose and pleasure. Pride and downfall. Here we begin with the spiritual estrangement of Adam and Eve because they did not obey the divine command, which was not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Adam and Eve's arrogance in wanting to be like God led them to disobey his authority and listen to the serpent. This pride led them to replace the worship of God with their own will, introducing them to sin and separation from God. Punishment is the lowest point of the spiritual bell. The punishment is manifested by the expulsion of the mist from the Garden of Eden, because they did not obey the divine command, which symbolizes the separation from the direct presence of God. The punishment for the serpent was enmity with humanity and its degradation. The punishment for Eva was the pain of childbirth and conflicts in her relationship with Adan. The punishment for Adam was hard work and the inevitability of death. We can observe how there is a small rise in the bell. Repentance. Although Adam and Eve were expelled from the Garden of Eden, God never abandoned them. He provided them with clothing made of skins, symbolizing the first act of redemption and grace. As we have been able to appreciate, the bell offers us a more practical way to explain this story. Adam and Eve distanced themselves from God by not following the divine command, which was not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, thus leading to their expulsion from the Garden of Eden and other punishments that were given to them. If you like this video and would like to learn more about the spiritual bell, I invite you to visit our website and download our book. In the same way, I invite you to watch the following videos where we will learn more about the spiritual campaign by reviewing biblical stories. We look forward to seeing you.